Hello again. Now then, for those of you who've seen my review of the BSA R10, this is an update on the gun. I've had it quite some time now and it's been a fantastic gun. But BSA, like a lot of rifles, when they get a bit older, things like regulators start to have problems and this, that and the other. And I wanted an upgrade. I wanted it quieter, I wanted it more consistent, and it had a couple of little issues with it. One of them was about every fifth pellet used to go off to the side, and I went down to see a chap. Lots of people tell you different places to go with BSA. You hear Rapworks being mentioned quite a lot. The place I went to actually had everybody else's upgrades there that he could show you and why they weren't as good as his, which was quite interesting. And it's a bloke called Carl Gabbert, or Garbert, I'm not sure how you pronounce his name, sorry Carl if you watch this. And it's got, I think it's Airtech it's called, and he's in the Midlands, Tamworth area. Now, he is very, very, very busy, so if you do take a gun there, be prepared to wait, and I promise you, it is absolutely 1,000,000% worth it. So, the first thing he did, he told me, he knew exactly what was going on with the gun. He said to me, when we look at the end of your barrel, it's going to have a mark on it or an imperfection. And what's happening, as you fire the pellets, it starts to gather a bit of lead, and every about fifth shot, you'll take that lead down the barrel with it. And one of the problems you have with regulators is that the extra air, if there is any extra, it's going to go down the barrel with the other air, which is going to make it inconsistent. Carl's regulators don't do that, it comes out some other way. It's not written all over the gun, he's not stamped it up and marked it up all over. He changes the block where the regulator is, the breech block, and all you get is that, where it says there, Airtech. Oops, sorry, you can see there, Airtech. That's pretty much all you'll see on the gun. That's different. Now, the other bit you'll notice is different is this carbon fibre shroud and the barrel. Now, this is the carbine version, and it's not that much longer than the original would be. In fact, it's probably about the same. Okay, it's a beautiful job that he's done of it. Oh, it actually says it on the end there as well. I think it's got the Airtech logo thing on the end there. So basically, it's been tuned now to use the pellets I like, which, because he'll ask you that question, what are you shooting through it? And you know, you can check it. Now, when he first got the gun, when I first took the gun to him, he clamped it down on a massive milling machine, and he fired it. It's only going about 3 meters. 2 or 3 meters, and I was getting a shot pattern at 2 or 3 meters. Basically, the pellets were going all over the show. Now, at 50 meters, it's better than it was at 3. It's absolutely phenomenal. Now, the main thing I wanted was quiet, because I'd tried different silencers, and everyone's going, oh, get the Vire out one, this, that, and the other. No, it was like 70 decibels at the muzzle, and for me, it was just too much. Okay, so there's quite a few modifications he makes. This is his stage 2 or 3, I'm not sure now, where he does this, he does the block, they put a different hammer in it, a quieter hammer. His whole action that he puts in is so different, and he'll explain to you exactly why he's putting in what he does. And it's guaranteed for life. So when you've had it done, it's guaranteed. You never need to do anything else with it. All the work he's done is guaranteed for life. Now, that's pretty good. So, from what was an average gun, so now what is an absolutely amazing gun, the only other upgrade I've done since the last video is this, and it's a side focus Hawk, side winder or whatever they call it. It's absolutely brilliant, but I didn't want this to be too high up, so I've only gone for a 40mm. So this is, I think it's a 16 by 40 sight. And I found it absolutely superb. Is it 16? No, 14 by 40. So this is the R10 SE. Okay, I'm going to fire it. I'm going to let you hear now, right, how quiet this is. That is it. That is fully gassed up, as you can see there. Right, it's fully charged, and that is the sound. I'm going to put the muzzle now near to the camera, you can't hear it. The loudest bit you can hear is the trigger action. That is it. It's absolutely phenomenal. If you've got two pigeons sat next to each other at 20 feet away, you're going to get both of them. They're not going to go and shoot. I'm not done much shooting at pigeons, like, but whatever. If you're doing rats, if you've got a couple of rats side by side, you'll get both because they're not going to hear the gun. It is so smooth, and it's absolutely beautiful. It really is worth it. So that's the R10. Now it's cost. I think for the modifications was about 300. Now, when you think you'd easily spend £500 or £600 on a sight, £300. If I was to buy a brand new gun now again, I would buy a BSA, knowing what Carl can do to it, and I'd have it done because it is absolutely superb. So, for those who don't know the R10, there was a couple of incarnations of it. The original one had a few problems, and they brought out the SE second edition, and that was much better than the first one. They've got this R10 now. I don't know how good that is. Not had any dealings with it. If you want, somebody like Cal it can change your bottle here, and it can make you one that's bigger, carbon fibre. It can do whatever you want it to do. These can be wound up to 30 foot-pounds. This can be full firearm certificate, and his regulator and his equipment on here will take that kind of pressure. It's actually set for it, so if I did want to go full firearms, I could do. Very comfortable silicone butt plate there. It isn't ambidextrous, but it's an extremely comfortable pistol grip rifle. There you got like a pistol grip. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So yeah, so that's an update on the R10. I was chuffed with it when I first got it. I bought this at Blackpool Air Rifles. And what I like with them there, and I said this on the last video, I went in, I wasn't 100% sure what I wanted, he wouldn't sell me anything. He sent me home, said come back when you know exactly what you want. And the simple thing was, he didn't want me to spend money on something, I have to come back and say I'm not happy with that. So Blackpool Air Rifles, great. Another place like Solware, when you walk in, they don't mail you, they just leave you to it, then they'll ask you, if you talk to them, they'll talk back. Other than that, they'll just leave you to look around and don't put you under any pressure whatsoever. So that is the BSA R10 with a Airtech modification, which I would say that'll stand up against any other modifications that you could have done anywhere in the country. Carl is a Rolls-Royce trained engineer. Okay, he knows his stuff, and he can make you a gun from scratch. If you want a gun, he can actually make you a gun from scratch, everything from the stock right up. So any questions, please ask. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, any other updates to do or modifications, they'll come on there and you'll be able to see them when they come up. There are a couple of other gun reviews on the site. There's from Steyr to HW45s, might be a shotgun one later. I've got a shotgun to do. Okay, thanks very much for your time, and see you soon.